Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In today's video we will discuss about the top 10 most horror movies of all time. Let's begin with number 10. The fear of clowns is a very real thing, even if it's become so commonplace to announce it that it feels disingenuous. If you needed any further evidence, we direct you to the box office haul of 2017's IT. In this movie, 7 helpless and bullied children are forced to face their worst nightmares when Pennywise, a shape-shifting clown, reappears. The clown, an ancient evil, torments children before feeding on them. For more, you have to watch the movie. Insidious is a 2010 American-Canadian supernatural horror film, directed by James Wan, written by Lee Winnell, and starring Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne. In this movie, Josh and Renai move to a new house, seeking a fresh start. However, when their son, Dalton, mysteriously falls into a coma, paranormal events start occurring in the house. It's an interesting movie you must watch. True crime writer Ellison Oswald is in a slump. He hasn't had a bestseller in more than 10 years and is becoming increasingly desperate for a hit. So, when he discovers the existence of a snuff film showing the deaths of a family, he vows to solve the mystery. He moves his own family into the victim's home and gets to work. However, when old film footage and other clues hint at the presence of a supernatural force, Ellison learns that living in the house may be fatal. Watch the movie to know more. In this movie, on a cold Halloween night in 1963, 6-year-old Michael Myers brutally murdered his 17-year-old sister, Judith. He was sentenced and locked away for 15 years, but on October 30, 1978, while being transferred for a court date, a 21-year-old Michael Myers steals a car and escapes Smith's Grove. He returns to his quiet hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, where he looks for his next victims. Number 6, we have the movie The Ring. The story of The Ring is actually based on a real Japanese ghost story dating back to the 16th century. The movie is about a cursed videotape that kills people 7 days later after viewing it, which seems like the most craziest and mind-blowing idea anyone could ever think of. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an American horror franchise consisting of 8 slasher films. One of the reasons the Texas Chainsaw Massacre holds up so remarkably well is that it has few effects to age poorly. Instead of showing what happens when a sledgehammer hits a human skull, the film focuses on the body twitching in shock after taking the blow, and that ends up being even more disturbing. The Shining is a 1980 psychological horror film, produced and directed by Stanley Kubrick, and co-written with novelist Diane Johnson. The film is based on Stephen King's 1977 novel of the same name. What's scariest of all about The Shining is the lack of answers it gives the audience. Ultimately, it's the mysterious nature of The Shining that makes it such a thrilling watch. The Conjuring is a 2013 American supernatural horror film directed by James Wan and written by Chad Hayes and Kerry W. Hayes. The Conjuring, centering on the alleged real-life exploits of Ed and Lorraine Warren, a married couple who investigated paranormal events. Hereditary raises the bar on emotional agony. If you want to see things you can never unsee and feel pain you can never unfeel, here's the ultimate test. It is one of the best films in terms of storytelling, more specifically how a filmmaker develops their narrative, environment, and characters. The two characters Annie and Peter are the perfectly executed thoughts in our mind. One of the most profitable horror movies ever made, this tale of an exorcism is based loosely on actual events. When young Regan starts acting odd, levitating, speaking in tongues, her worried mother seeks medical help, only to hit a dead end. A local priest, Jason Miller, however, thinks the girl may be seized by the devil. The priest makes a request to perform an exorcism, and the church sends in an expert, Max von Sydow, to help with the difficult job.
Hope you liked our video. Please subscribe to our channel.